so this is an XY graph. If, when you're working with people, let's say you take them out, you've got 100 people showed up on your challenge course that day, you've split them up in 10 groups of 10, a facilitator with each one, and because your course is small, some groups start with spotting, some groups start with a trust fall, some groups start with the Mohawk walk, and some groups start with the leap of faith as their very first activity, because it's what I call a forced progression, because you're trying to get all these people on your course in one day. If you present someone with a challenge that vastly exceeds their experience and skill and ability and readiness to do it, it might score like this, 10 on the challenge level, and their skill is really low. This person is going to experience some form of stress. And if that's extreme enough, they're going to experience something called distress. And if it's really big enough, they're going to end up in a place called danger. When people get to a place called danger, there are 4 states that I've observed. And part of this frame, I have a degree in anthropology. There's 4, I'm not sure I've ever known what to do with it, but I think it's a little bit involved here. 4 things, 4 responses to that level of stress. One, and I'll put it up here because so everybody can see. One is something called fight. When people feel like they're experiencing danger, they will resist you. They will refuse the harness. They'll find a way to push back. Some people with strong voices will challenge you right to your face. The second people do when they experience something that they perceive or experience as dangerous is something called flight. They may physically try to run away, but what some people also do is they dissociate and their mind leaves, the body stays with you. They check out. Third thing you'll see is the thing that we see often on a challenge course is the concept of freeze. If you've ever had a participant get up to a certain point and freeze, and it took you 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes to talk them down, get them to move, get them to go on and stuff like that, that person is caught in a dilemma. And the dilemma is, I know that going on is a really bad idea and I don't want to. And for some reason, I believe that I can't go down. And often that's tied up in what they think you're going to expect, what you've been saying. The fact they get up there and they're freezing, you're saying, you're almost there, one more step, keep doing it. Put your hand on the yellow climbing hold and lift your knee up. Now we're cueing people directly and telling them what they need to do when we forgot something. What do you want to do? What would you like to do? What was your goal? The question is, way back at the beginning, do you just open up the challenge course and say, okay, we're going? Or do you ask people what they want to do? Fight, flight, freeze. And there's a 4th thing that can happen when people perceive danger. And some of us have seen enough of this that it encourages us to keep coaching people, encouraging them when they really don't want to. And that's something called flow. We have seen people hit a danger spot and make all the right moves, all the right choices, and come out the other side successful, despite the great danger of the moment. When someone is faced with a challenge that they really perceive as really below their skills, these people experience boredom. They get bored of the experience. They start to check out from that. So you lose some here, you lose some there. The key in what this describes is where we technically and should probably start with our participants. We start at a place that we assess the challenge that I'm giving them will initially match the skill and ability that they might have. Assess starting low, and then we work our way up, work our way out here. When you get way out here, and if you want to read about this, this is where people end up in flow when the challenge is extremely high and their ability is able to rise to the occasion, either by their own natural good luck or the coaching, training, or tools and skills that you taught them. You can get a group to flow, but there's no guarantee.